Even though my family doesn't technically celebrate it, Christmas is my favorite holiday. I love the vibe, hot chocolate indoors while it's freezing outside, and building Lego sets by the heater. I love Christmas, but I also love Lego Ninjago. And in this video, I want to combine them and create the ultimate Lego Ninjago Christmas Wave. Now, Lego Ninjago has never had a Christmas retail set, only a rare employee exclusive set in 2021, which is super expensive on the aftermarket. So now it's up to me to build a full Lego Ninjago Christmas Wave. So let's figure this out. First things first, who are the villains going to be? In the average Ninjago wave, there's always some kind of villain faction, but for Christmas, villains feel kind of out of place. So my solution is to give both the ninja and villains in Christmas sweaters, so that way they can fight or celebrate together depending on what you want to do. Now I have a special task for you. For each one of these Lego sets that I show you, I want you to give me a ranking out of 10 and a comment on whether you would buy the set at that price or not. So without any further ado, let's get to it. Starting off with our first set, Lloyd's Christmas Table Polybag. Now, the idea behind this set is it's supposed to be a small $5 polybag with one minifigure, and this minifigure is the Lloyd minifigure with the Christmas sweater torso print. He dons a light green fit with a dark green pants. I think I kind of messed up on his first face, and for his second face print, it is nice and determined, and I honestly really like it. On his chest, you can see he has the letter L because he's a loser. I'm just joking. He's actually the GOAT now. Now, for the build, I decided to give him a little holiday dinner table, which includes cookies, cupcakes, cakes, teacups, teapots, and even Mr. Broki's chocolate flies. And also has decorative candles along with a red cloth table runner. Now, right off the bat, I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be like, wait a second, I can't fit every single Lego Ninja minifigure at this table. And don't worry, I have a solution. In 2024, we got a Cole polybag, and what's very interesting about that set is not the Cole and Wolf Mask Warrior figures, but the actual build itself. What you could do is you could buy tons of these polybags and connect them all together to expand your tournament Temple City. And I want to do something similar here too. So you could actually get a ton of these Christmas tables and line them up to make a bigger Christmas table. This way you can choose how big you want to make your table to expand just to fit the main 6 ninja or to fit the new ninja or even more characters. Piece count wise, this set only has around 50 pieces including the Lloyd minifigure, so it's about the right size for a Lego polybag. Now I have a big warning for you. I killed Brick Separator Man because you didn't want him breaking your Lego sets, but he somehow found his way into the Cole mech set. So now not only is he extra buff, but he has built-in brick separators to destroy your sets. And if you don't want him to do that to you, make sure to hit that subscribe button so we can finally hit 30K. For the next Lego Ninjago set that we are going to be looking at is the Gingerbread Mech. Now this set is a little bigger than the average Lego mech. If you look at the $10 mech that you usually see, it's really small. Now Lego has made these mechs usually a bit more expensive. If you look at the new Superman mech, that's $15. And so if you look at the price for this set, it is also going to be $15. And I know in 2022, the size we're currently looking at was around $10, but now times have changed, inflation has happened, the tariffs have happened, so roughly $15. And you're also getting a little bit more in this set, because in this set, you're getting 3 minifigures, that being Cole, Pythor, and Frack. So you're pretty much getting 2 Serpentines as well as Cole, and Frack of course is a new mold. Pythor is pretty expensive to make, so that kind of justifies that $15 price tag a little bit more. In this set, Frack has a minifigure torso with an F on it, and Pythor has a torso with a P on it and his crystallized legs. We have Cole in his ninja delivering outfit. You can see down on his chest, he's wearing a C for Cole, and he has a black and orange color scheme. And then for his head, he has a very chill, smiling expression that properly captures him. And on the other side, we have this other smiling face print. Now to actually talk about the Lego build itself, we have knee joints in the set, so that way you can have it in a lot more poses. And then for the arm joints, I use this really new technique that Jack Harlan came up with. It's a really sturdy technique to help make your mech arms work a lot better. It gives you really sturdy and full arm joint motion. For the design behind this guy, I want to make him a full gingerbread man. I know this is a stupid idea, but I really like it. We have little gingerbread colored limbs and gumdrop tiles all around the set, and at the very top you can see there's a little Santa hat to help characterize the build a bit better. Alongside that, the hands have a full range of ball joint mobility, and there is a ton of frosting all around the set. Now at the start of the segment, you saw this awesome looking Lego box art, which was actually made by my friend Shingoryu on Instagram, so if you have Instagram, definitely go check him out. I absolutely love having these box arts because it makes the presentation for these sets so much better. And you might have also noticed there's a new corner art, which was actually made by our friend Miracle Senpai, who did an amazing job on this. Here's a better look at it. I just absolutely love it. Like, it genuinely is so crazy to me how good this looks. So yeah, give me a rating out of 10 in the comments below and let me know if you would pick this up for $15. Have you ever wanted a UCS Ninjago monastery with accurate rooms inside it? Well, guess what? I have the perfect solution for you. I just put up my UCS monastery on LEGO Ideas, and I need your support to make it a real LEGO set. So in order to vote, go to the link in the description or bit.ly/Ninjago monastery. Go ahead and create an account. It takes only 30 seconds and you've got a support. A whopping 3,000 people have supported in just a few days time. Your support matters too. Make sure to share it with friends and get it out there. Let's show LEGO how big the Ninjago community is. For the next set we have Kai's Tree Cutter Car versus Morro's Gift Blaster Bike. This set retails for a total of $30 and has roughly 320 LEGO pieces. The minifigures are 4 total. We're getting Kai with a sweater, Sora with a sweater, Wyldfyre with a sweater, and Morro with his Christmas villain sweater. The first figure we're going to be taking a good look at is Sora, the Elemental Master of Technology. She dons a coral pink color scheme with a S for Sora on it, and then she also has some white pants, and then she also has a smiling face print, which honestly looks so much better than this build a minifigure one, that this just doesn't look that great in my opinion. And then I also gave her this smiling tech face that I don't know really if was needed. Probably should have given her the angry face, but Christmas is not for angry faces, so there it is. Next up we have Kai, who arguably works the best in this mask. Kai, as usual, dons a light red and dark red color scheme with a K on his chest, and he has a smiling, talking, social expression on his face. On the flip side, he has more motivated expression. Next up we have Wyldfyre. Honestly, she has the best suit in my opinion. She has a W on her chest with a dark red and light blue color scheme and a new smiling face print. It's absolutely criminal that they only gave her one face for the first time around. And then we also have her with another smiling face print, which I think looks really good on this minifig. For the Morro minifigure, I actually just ended up using the same face print from the Dragons Rising Season 3 version. The only new print this minifigure gets is a M on his torso for Morro. Now for the actual build of this LEGO set, there are 2 main builds that we have to look at, the bike as well as the car. We're going to be taking a good look at the bike first, which has a dark green palette with some light red to add to the Christmas field. It's supposed to be a small little bike that is great for a little fight, and it can also shoot little LEGO presents. Next up, we're going to be looking at Kai's car, which also sports a light red and a light green color scheme. It has a Christmas tree design on the hood, and it can shoot little presents out of its stud shooter cannon, which can swivel to shoot any way. Here's a good look at this set from the front, and here's a good look at the set's exhaust power in the back with some trans pink flames. Here's a good look from the side of the build where you can see a little present shooter to shoot out the same presents that the Morro set was able to. All in all, this is the full $30 LEGO build, which is actually the same price point as the new Cole Mech that we just got. So let me know if you would actually consider picking this set up if it were to be real at the price tag. Next up, we have honestly one of my favorite sets to make, the Advent Calendar. If you're a LEGO fan, you probably know that every single LEGO theme with the sole exception of LEGO Ninjago has an advent calendar. And since LEGO hasn't done it, I have decided to do it myself. I think the best way to do this one is to just jump right in and show you all 24 gifts at once, so let's do that. Day 1 of our advent calendar, we have the Santa Wu minifigure. I think this is a fun little minifigure. Of course, we need someone to be Santa, and Wu is literally the perfect fit for that. For the minifigures in this advent calendar, we're going to be doing a more in-depth look in them after we go over the builds. For day 2 of our advent calendar, we have a cookie on a table. The table has a little bit of red and green cloth with a plate and a cookie on it just to add to the Christmas vibe. With this table, we have a little stand which also has the same draped clothing, but at the very same time we have a little teapot on top, and this teapot is the same blue as the ones on Steeper Wisdom, making this build a little reference to possession. The next minifigure we have is Nia for the first time. Day 5 introduces Arin and Roz's jet set, and this set can actually detach Arin's little part of it just like the actual LEGO set. For day 6 we have a couple LEGO presents. We have a Nia present as well as a LEGO Ryu set box from the 2024 LEGO set. Day 7 introduces us the ugly sweater J minifigure for the first time, and day 8 gives us the Thunderfang chain, which we'll see with Thunderfang a little later in this video. Day 9 gives us a sword on fire and some water, so you can dip the sword in fire to make an actual sword. Day 10 gives us an awesome new cameo. This is Garmadon back in his sweater. For day 11, we have a micro version of the Kai vs Spectral Dragonian motorcycle LEGO set. For day 12, we have a little LEGO snowman using the Dragons Rising Season 1 mask mask and hood pieces. Day 13 introduces us the Zane minifigure, and day 14 has Thunderfang. And then here is Thunderfang as day 14 combined with the day 8 build, so you can actually chain up Thunderfang. Day 15 gives us a little anvil for Kai to work with, and day 16 gives us the Arin minifigure. One of my favorite LEGO Ninjago sets from this year was the Lloyd Mech set, because this thing is absolutely awesome and looks great. So I decided for day 17 that I was going to turn it into a small micro build. Yes, I did try to turn it into a jet, and I did fail miserably. It doesn't really work at all. For day 18, we have a little candy stand that comes with this little gumball machine as well as Frohicke's candy. Day 19 gives us our Pixel minifigure, and day 20 gives us a little fireplace with stockings for Kai and Lloyd, and also gives us a little bit of chocolate milk. 4 days before Christmas, on day 21, you are given the Arch Dragon of Focus. So now you can finally take your Thunderfang micro build and the Arch Dragon of Focus micro build and have them fight. For the day 22 build, we have Master Chicken standing in this little nest, and for the day 23 build, we have the micro version of the Temple Bounty, which is probably my favorite build out of every single one of these advent calendar builds. And lastly, to end off our advent calendar, we have this little Christmas tree with a little shuriken at the top to become the ultimate mini Ninjago Christmas tree. Starting off with our water ninja Nia. She dons a light blue and a dark blue color scheme with a symbol N on her chest to stand for Nia. And then she also has this cool new smiling face print. And then on the flip side, she has more of a half questioning, half smiling face print. And you know how each ninja has got their own different mask piece? Well, this one has its own mask. Now, granted, it's not specifically made for each ninja. Technically, it isn't very reasonable. LEGO actually has the budget to recolor this mold like 10 times. But yeah, we here have a mech mask Christmas combo. Next up is our Zane minifigure, who has a dark gray and white color scheme. Like all the other ninja, he has his letter on his chest as Z, and then he also has a smiling face. Now, what's kind of sad about Zane is that he's half bald on the other side, so you can't give him a double-side face print, but I do think that the smiling face print does capture him in now anyway. Next up, we do have Jay. Yep, Jay is back. He's wearing a blue sweatshirt with dark blue pants with the letter J on him and a skeptical kind of smiling face expression. You can already tell he is very excited for Christmas. Here's another smiling J face. This one actually has his mouth open to show him being surprised by the present he gets for Christmas. Man, this really makes me miss Jay. I really want him back on the ninja team. For a better look at the minifigures, we have a good look at the Garmadon minifigure here. He has nothing new for his head and his helmet, but his torso has a new G on it. Next up, we have Pixel, who doesn't really need a ninja mask, but here it is for fun. Pixel has a purple and a dark blue color scheme in order to fit in with her new suit, and then she also has a P on her chest with a new face print. It's always nice to have another face print, and you can see the other face expression being a little bit more common and not really necessary, but she has a smiling, happy face. And then lastly, we have Santa Wu, and I mean, who's definitely the perfect man for this position. He has dual molded legs along with his full Santa getup. I honestly think this is quite solid, and I think he's also the best man to be Santa. And yeah, that is it for this set. Let me know if you guys would purchase this in the comments below. If you like to do stop motion animation or like to voice act, we have the perfect Discord server for you. Not only does everyone give each other a bunch of animation tips and mecha bricks tips, we also post these cool collabs that you might have seen. So make sure to hit that link in the description to join our community. What's really special about the sets that we did so far is that if you buy all of them, you would technically get every single ninja fig. The advent calendar comes with 7 figs and like 5 main ninja. By buying that one, you would get these 5 ninja. In the Kai Car battle set, you would get these 3 ninja. By buying the Gingerbread Mech, you would get Cole and Frack. And lastly, getting the $5 Lloyd Polybag, you would get Lloyd. This all totals up to $95, so you can pretty much get every single one of the ninja for $95. Would LEGO do this? Honestly, I think they would, because these minifigures only have one new print on them. Moving on to our next LEGO set, which I'm actually pretty excited to show you guys. Here is the Christmas Village set. This is a little LEGO village with 2 houses. It's supposed to be inspired by Jamonikai Village and the Neverrealm Village. The first thing we're going to be taking a look at is the little Christmas archway build at the far left. The archway here is brought together by 2 pillars and one of those A-plate pieces. Each quote-unquote foot of the archway is actually just a functional element covered in snow. And here you can kind of see how a minifigure scales in comparison to the archway. Moving on to the next part of our build, the leftmost building. This building here is a small brown and dark brown building with some white on it. There's a ton of snow all around it, and even on the roof you can see there's actually a little icicle here, and you can see the texture on the side of the wall being wood. To the cabin's right you can see a birchwood tree, and I actually pulled this from the Birchwood Forest episode where Zane actually finds out about his identity. Now in the show the Birchwood Forest didn't have any leaves, but they usually have orange and yellow leaves, so that's why I gave it to them. Here you can see all the snow falling onto the top of the roof, and the roof is actually made of these little panel pieces which you can just take off or just push up, allowing for a little fun scene if you'd like. Now on the side of the cabin you can actually see it has a brick built chimney, and here's the full inside of the cabin. On the second floor there is a little bed as well as a heater and a cup. There's also a teapot and a wreath nearby, along with a lantern to keep light in the room. Downstairs there is a stone fireplace with fire in it, as well as a little table, and on the left side there's a little shelf with a rock and a red figure, and then below there's a little painting of Jamonikai village. This little painting took me a very long time to make, and I think I did make it a little over detailed, but it was still fun to make. Moving back to the outside of the build, I actually built these windows with these pieces, and then I also built this little ninja mask looking thing at the very top of the cabin. As you probably can notice, this building was definitely inspired by the Neverrealm, and then moving on to the other building which was actually inspired by Jamonikai village. This is the other building, which is not a cabin and is more of a house. This building has a lot of snow and a really big chimney, and on the other side there is a birchwood tree. Now there is a little fireplace along with a little place to keep your Santa hats, and there's also a really giant kitchen, so that way you can make whatever food you want. On the roof of this build there is a lot of snow, and I had a lot of fun making it with this new snow Lego piece. It's like a ramp Lego piece that's a 2x6, and you can do so many cool things with it. To add on to the snowy effect, I also added these little icicles and snow all over the roof. The last little build of this set is a giant Christmas tree. Under the Christmas tree there are little presents. This is one's for Kai and Cole, and then here you can see Jay, Nia, and Pixel. And then of course instead of a star there is a shuriken at top. Now that we're done with the build, I think it's about time we're gonna go into minifigures. Minifigure selection starts off with Wyldfyre, then we got Arin, Jay, Nia, Santa Woo, Christmas Sweater Garmadon, Christmas Sweater Morro, and Santa Pythor, who is competing with Woo for the title of Santa Claus. I could not have done this without my goat Four Corners helping me come up with the idea. I think having Pythor and Woo compete for the title of Santa Claus is just such a fun idea. Now comes the hard discussion, which is the price. This set has 967 pieces, and I was going to price it at $80, and then I took one good look at the new $80 treehouse, and then I took a look back at this and thought, well, there's no shot Lego's actually going to make something like this at $80. So the price for the set is going to be $90, which I think Lego totally could do given how many small and ununique parts there are in the set anyway. But yeah, that wraps it up for this set. Let me know if you would buy it or not in the comments below. Now this next Ninjago set is one that I'm very excited about because it's a very interesting and possibly unique idea. It is the Santa Sleigh and Garage Lego set. Yes, I did say that. You are getting a bounty and a garage for the bounty. So let's start with the bounty. Now this bounty is supposed to be a cross between a sleigh and a bounty. It takes around 900 parts of the 1500 part build. At the front we don't have a dragon head or reindeer, we have little reindeer dragons. And then on the bounty we also have a present cannon to shoot villains but also give gifts real fast. In the back there are a ton of little Lego presents, and yeah, it's a really big bounty build. Now taking a bit more of a look on the wings, you can see it has a bunch of candy cane patterns on it. Beneath the bounty I used two of those helicopter pontoon pieces. At the very top on the sails there is a wreath, and then at the bottom on the control station there are a few sides. At the front there's a dragon head that kind of looks like a reindeer, and at the very back there is another wreath. For the bounty's thrusters, you can see it looks like the normal thrusters, and on the backside you can kind of see the little fire coming out, and yeah, that is the full bounty build. It's not supposed to be a gigantic build, mainly because this build is supposed to be a sleigh, so it's supposed to be really small too. Next up, we'll be focusing on the garage of the set. At the very far left, we have a bunch of little Lego tools, including a boombox as well as some pizza. As you would expect, this is pretty much Sora's station to work her magic in case anything happens to the bounty. Right next to that are some schematics for the bounty, which you can see some lights hanging right over it. Right below that is a movable workbench with a lot of painted tiles on it to help paint up the sleigh. We've got everything from spray paint to a paintbrush to a wheel roller. And then to the right of that, we have a reindeer dragon schematic. Moving forward, we have a fully decked out shelf filled with all kinds of Christmas accessories, and then on the floor next to it we have a bunch of game controllers and presents that need to be loaded onto the sleigh. Here's an overall look of everything going on. And then, because I love the homey side of Christmas, we have a full little place for the ninja to relax. This place has a shelf on the wall and a table for all kinds of food like chocolate milk, pizza, and cookies. And then right below the TV hanging over the fireplace, we have some stockings for Jay and Cole. The TV is quite giant. It is a 4x6, so the ninjas can watch anything during their break. That now about settles it for this Lego set. So time to move on to minifigures. First minifigure that we have here is going to be Cole. Then we have Sora. We also got Kai, Frack, Zane, Lloyd, Pixel, Santa Woo, and then we have Santa Pythor along with an exclusive Roz figure and exclusive Fuji Dove. The Roz minifigure is totally buffed out. He has some light blue pants and a red sweater, and then we also have Fuji Dove who has a light gray sweater and some dark gray pants to match his normal figure. We also have a few more pictures of our Pythor figure over here. He is fully decked out in his Santa robe and he is ready to rob Christmas with his new disguise. So the real big question here is, what would Lego price this set at? And with roughly 1500 to 1600 Lego pieces, I think this set would be priced at $130, mainly because of how many small and repetitive parts there are in a set like this, as it isn't super giant, and 130 is fair for the minifigures you're kind of getting. Honestly, I am pretty satisfied with this set and I would love to hear your guys' thoughts, so let me know in the comments below what you think about these sets. I loved building them and I'd love to hear any kind of feedback that you guys have. If you got this far in the video, I honestly don't know what to say other than thank you so much for watching this video all the way through. You are the GOAT. And you know what? If you comment Cole's Titan Dragon Mech in the comments below, I will give you a heart. And yeah, that's it. Bye.